And what's up? How you always standing? Sit down, big goof. What is going on, geeks? UniteTheClans here, back in your life with another episode of Ark Building Evolved. If you are brand new, this is our creative building series. Perhaps the first Ark creative building series of its kind. Is anybody else doing this? I don't know. But we've been working on this now 20 odd episodes, a few different areas, and we do creative building. I spawn in whatever I want, and we build, ideally, the best looking, most immersive stuff we can build. So, and we do it with sort of a role play in mind. Like, this whole area, and we started this episode, I don't know, 16, something like that. We came down here to this Redwood Harbor area, and I thought about the people that lived here, and if they lived here, what would they do? And we started down there with those docks, and we have expanded. Yeah, we started with one dock and that first building there, and we have expanded and come all the way down here, and check that out. This is a natural river we have turned into a canal. So you're starting to get a feel for this. These are our piers, our wharf. We've extended it out that way. And this is a bridge we built last episode. This pattern I have been playing around with. We use Structures Plus in this series. It's pretty much the only mod. I do a little bit of EcoTrees mod for decorations, but otherwise we keep it sort of the new vanilla, S plus vanilla. So let's take a wander through our town. And you guys, if you are brand new, are getting a feel for this for the first time. And for some of you who have been watching a while, I have made some tweaks. This is new. I had to figure out what to do to kind of close off this side of the canal after we got rid of that big dock. And I'm pretty happy with it. I like it. That canal looks amazing. Rushing water coming down there. And we're headed back to the original area, and I will show you some of the eco stuff I did. I made a little flower bed. So those are the small bushes and the purple flowers that you get in the EcoTrees mod. And I don't think that's it. I think I've been doing other little cute decorative things around here too. And we spawn in the dinos, the creatures. You know what? I probably don't need to do an intro like this every time. If you guys have been watching this series for a while, you're probably ready for me to get on with it. And you probably want to talk about this area. So let's wander up here. This is close to where we started. And what's up? How you always standing? Sit down, big goof. That's better. So I put some bushes in here, as you can see. Oh, and I did. Oh, yes. Check this. I teased a wildflower garden. We might have to do one of these together. But tell me you don't love that. With these lit up little trees with the lanterns in them? Come on now, that is gorgeous. And that is so much better than the first version I had. I just spammed flowers, bushes for the edge, and I did another row of bushes back here just for some division to it. And then a couple of little river rocks right there. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's good. And you know what? I did it on this side, and I immediately had to do it on the other side. And I got that. I started thinking about that when I was wandering around this area. And I showed this off to you for the first time last episode. Before that, we just had this staircase. And I've even made changes to it. It's now wood in the middle down here with wood in behind there. There's like wood ramps, ceilings, and walls in behind so that you don't see stone showing through these wooden slats. And I like it. I think it ties us better into the docks. I did pillars and stone railings everywhere along here. And we now have this, yeah, feel that entrance. Is that not great? And so that brings you up here. And then this is where I do a trick with different types of ramps. Regular vanilla ramps are super steep. S plus ramps are like a sloped roof angle. And that leads us up here. Same deal here, where you're getting this cool change of pitch. And I love it. I gotta admit. And I've got this crossover bit. This whole thing is the setup for something big, and we're not going to do this today. We are not. And look at the view out there. Oh, this is great. I'm so impressed with myself. I got to finish up that. That looks weird over there. Okay, so we're not going to do this today. I wanted to start here, though, because soon we are going to do this. I wanted to get more input, more feedback, and talk about more ideas. So this is a really grand location, and people had some different ideas. I had said like a church or a castle. Somebody said, that feels so good. That's so steep, you feel like you're going to fall down it. Somebody said town hall. And let's back up. Let's back right up and take a good old look at it and see what we're feeling. and then we'll get to some building later on as the episode continues. Damn, does that look good, guys? I am impressed with myself. Okay, so that, whatever happens, it's going to be much taller than that. So maybe we start thinking about making a building that's as tall as that cliff or close to it. Or maybe not. I don't know. Lord, I don't know. So I want some ideas. I want some brainstorming. I want to know what you guys are thinking. Oh, and I can't really do I have a grappling? I do. Let's do this. And I'll show you. I did this little back garden too. So once I saw one tree poking up over there, I put another couple over here because this is just a hidden little garden. Totally, it's like a private back garden for that spot and not in sight of this grand staircase, so that you're quite private out here. So I don't know what to do with this. So what I'm saying here is this has to be glass. There has to be glass in the front of this. I just don't see any other way because look at that view. Skull Island, docks, that cute little dock running out there. This has to be a grand window, which is why I thought church originally, but I'm flexible. I'm open to ideas. Joe B., one of my patrons, had said he thinks it should be like a Traders Guild Hall because this is like a merchant town, or so far it has been. We're going to expand out that way and up the river and into those trees everywhere. We're going to build everywhere eventually. Somebody joked about 200 episodes in the comments of the last one. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. But I think this has to be big. It has to be like you can walk through here, but above you is an epic window, right? And then that is going to give you a light and a view from right here. Skull Island, docks, piers. Look at that. Does that not look great? Right? So that has to be that, which means if that's going to be a big old window, that's going to be tall. Means that's going to be tall. We're going to be tall back here. Somebody had said run a staircase up that way. Run a staircase out this way to this part of town over here that we're going to eventually work on. I don't know. But one more day of comments, feedback. If you're not a part of my Discord, grab the link in the description. Hop into that community of geeky Ark builders. And we had a big talk about this area in the building advice channel. I get building advice there too sometimes, and I would love yours, so come say hi in Discord. Okay, guys, a ramble fest, as usual, to start this episode, and we're going to get on to some building. I think we're just going to do some work here and there around town. I'm going to do some of the stuff I've been doing off camera, little perfections, getting things better. We're just going to derp around a little bit this episode and get a bunch of small, adorable things done. And I don't like that that bush sticks through. I'm going to have to fix that. But we're going to take a break. Go enjoy yourself, guys. And I will get a setup to do some work. And we will do some work in Ark Building Evolved. Episode, is it 20? I think it's 20. Awesome. See you in a minute. Wrong, idiot. Episode 21. How do you not know what episode you're on? God dang. Okay, so this is episode 21. Welcome back, guys. I've been wandering around thinking about what we're going to do today, and I'm looking at stuff like this. I know this is not the manliest of creations, but I really like it. I think it really works in our favor. And I was stepping back, and so I've been doing a new thing with this series where I record, then I edit that first chunk, then I record and edit, then I do that again. And so I get kind of a feel for the episode when I come back and record the second part. I know how that first part played out, and I stood here, and I was really impressed with this. And I was wondering why. What is so special and what is different than last time? And I think it's the greenery. Like you see, like where I was standing, I was right up here. You can see a little greenery off to the left of the stairs. Definitely greenery and flowers off to the right, and then bottom to the left. So I think we can add some flavor to this place. We can add some color with some landscaping, some trees. And so with that in mind, I've gone and spawned in a bunch of the EcoTrees stuff. And that includes flowers, definitely trees, rocks, snowy stuff. I grabbed what I thought might be appropriate for here. And I want to play around with this little corner that I showed you at the very beginning. And so what I did was I peeled back this ceiling. And I'm thinking I want to try and create another little flower bed. And how do we do that? I want to do it in a way that I want to kind of create a slightly different shape here. And this S plus stuff allows us to. So I can play around with some angles and some shapes Ooh, that's not going to be nice. Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to get, like I said, a couple of different angles. Maybe I need to play with this. Or maybe that goes there. This goes here, and that's your angle. Maybe I take this out. Okay, yeah, let's keep working at it. Let's take this out. We got something going now. We got something cooking. Okay, so that's it. And then we do a little of this, a little of that, and we shove some greenery in there. Let me grab some greenery. We will try some stuff out, and we'll see what looks good here. Okay, first of all, rocks of all shapes and sizes. I would say too large. Is that right? Didn't I just put all rocks on this bar? All right. Okay, that is not going to help too much. Maybe we could shove some more rocks down there. Something like that. I don't know. Let's take that last one out. I don't like that. You can pick this stuff back up. I hope this is not a bad episode. Let's keep trying these. Okay, so that is another very small rock. Let's just, yeah, we can fill this area in with some rocks. Once we find ones that look good. Now that, I think, is a river rock. Yeah, it's got a little more shine to it. And then one of these. Whoops. Okay, we got some like really slimy looking ones. I'll put those close to the water. And we'll put the more polished looking ones up here. Like so. Okay. And maybe one more, nope. Of this. Something like that. Okay. And then this. And then let's hide that. Yeah, oh, that's the wrong one. I don't like that one. All right, let's take this out. Guys, this is boring. I've realized it. I hope you don't mind. I like doing this. Okay, so that kind of gives us a bit of one more of these. Shove it right in this corner. Ready? Okay, so that's better. Now for some greenery. All right, guys, I think I got something working. I have found something that looks a little aquatic. That is the pitcher plant, I believe it's called, in EcoTrees. I have used these before. I think going back to the atrium thing that I did, the Roman, it was like a Roman house with like a built-in sort of pool in it. And these look good. Those look like they could be growing at the edge of the water too. Okay. Let's keep trying stuff. Let's go with this. Okay, what are you? Are you gonna look weird there? You do look weird there. Let's just, whoops. Okay, they are so hard. Okay, come on. All right, I guess I gotta put that wall back. Oh, okay, and these are lily pads. I remember these from that same project. Why don't we try a few of these here? Just a little bit. I don't want to overdo anything. And you can't get in too deep of water with these anyway. And while we're here, let's just throw one of those bad boys in. I like that. Okay. One more of these. Let's just maybe... Oh, it's really shallow here. Okay. Okay. Maybe. No. Okay, that's a little something. And then what else we got? So I've got this. Does that looks like it will fit in. That looks like seaweed. It's hard to tell, but totally. Now, some of this stuff, okay, yeah, maybe if I get it right deep in there. It looks like it moves like it's underwater, doesn't it, this stuff? Let's do one more of those. All right, so this is another thing where you have to get the depth right. If it sticks up above the water, it looks really weird. That's called a myrio plant. And then there's not much left. This is a potato plant. This is like the savo root, I think. I think that could fit in here without being too obtrusive. Let's do that. And I do want to get this back edge a little greener. You look huge. What are you? Let's try that. Ooh, a briar bush. Ew. If you were doing like, you know what? If you were doing a certain sort of style of building, if you were in a swamp or something, put that in the water. Have that just, sticking out ever so, I don't like it here. This doesn't quite fit in here, but this is a cool That is a cool thing. So that's called a briar bush, and I got one thing left. It is a fern, and it is huge, but maybe just give it a try. I like it. We did it. Okay. Okay. Done. Consider it done. Let's fence this off and see how she looks. Okay. And this is the beginning of a few little derpy prettying up town projects. Landscape and flower beds. Geeky stuff. Yes. Yep, I like it. It needs one tall kind of thing, though. It needs some tall thing. Corn. Is that stupid? It probably is stupid, but maybe it'll look like something else. It'll look like cattails or something. Totally looks like corn. Alright, too bad. I shoved too much stuff in there. I can't get the corn out. It has to live there. Do we do one more? Yep, you're gonna live with that. Okay, cool. So one small area of greenery left. I don't know if it makes any difference, but it feels like it will. It feels like if we can get a few cool looking things going on here. Okay. Yeah, I like that. I might do more stuff on either side of those stairs now that I look at it. Let's see if we can jam like one more thing. Maybe this wisp grass would look good over here. Something like that. Maybe we'll put one on this side. Okay, yeah, I like. And it's raining, which is perfect. It will make our plants grow. I'll figure out our next task, and I will be right back. Okay, I got some ideas. I got something new cooking, and I need like a little ledge. I need like a little... I've got all kinds of weird ledges in this place. There's one. I want to try something weird. Alright? Very weird. Work. Work. Yes. Okay. Yes. It's like a little flower pot. Okay, I want to get up there. Yeah, none of the other flowers are going to work, but maybe, just maybe, this is actually going to look cool. Okay. Kind of. It kind of looks cool. That's not the right place for it at all, but it's kind of cool. I gotta get rid of it. Oh, I think I found a good spot for it. You like that? And I used those little pitcher plants. I just did one, and some orange flowers, which actually stick out, and a couple purple flowers. I think that could blend right in there. The purple ones almost aren't needed, but I like having the 3 different heights there. So that's another little decorative item we have accomplished. Do we want to do a flower bed? I think that might be cool. This one, I'm stoked with. That looks great. That looks great. So where do we need another one? You could have one on either side of this house, and that's something fun to think about. I think at some point I'm going to come back here and build. What are we doing? We got foundations. Yeah, we do. So maybe we try... Ooh, I got some weird stuff going on. What do I want to be building off of? What line are things on? Especially if I'm creating a little space here. Okay, so let's build off this line. And we'll take a step down. Yep. And we'll snap to this. Alright, and... like that, maybe. Yep. Yep. Okay, I think we got one. We got a spot. Okay, I want to get rid of this. If I can. Let's get you out of here. This grass we're stuck with. If you get ground clutter. This is something we could do something with. I like it. Let me play with one small thing. I want to try and get a wall a little closer, like it's halfway through the rock, maybe. Let me play around. I'll be right back. Alright, guys. So, I have tweaked this area. I didn't paint this stuff, because I'm not sure how the next building is going to compare paint scheme wise, and I managed to do the usual overlapping of walls and foundations. We got a nice little area here. So what I think I want to do is start with a couple of trees, and I'm thinking we'll do the same thing we did before and use this. It's called a lit tree. This tree is lit. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, a lit cypress. And then I'm thinking I'm going to put one of these trees. I thought I had it on my thing. Where is it? Show yourself. There you go. I'm going to put one of these back there and maybe off to the side. And let's do a backup job. Yeah, that looks good. I like it. Okay, perfect. There's one thing I need, and then we'll get started on flowers. All right, so what went well for me last time when I played around with the designs was these bushes, and I used them as trim. Now this, I will have to tell you guys, is right up my alley. This was not quite, but this was basically my summer job from growing up, from like 17 to maybe 23 or 4, whenever I started working in the restaurant industry as a young man, because I was making better money than landscaping. But I spent my summers landscaping, and I worked for my dad. My dad was a landscaper, moved into like more construction stuff later in his career, but was self-employed when I was a kid and made a living doing this for people, like gardens and retaining walls and decorative rocks and all kinds of stuff. So this is right up my alley. I imagine I will get some comments going, what a lame episode, just flowers, and what is wrong with you, dude? Be a man, build something. But this landscaping thing, right up my alley, and it is so essential. You ever try to sell a house? If it's not landscape, you should see the outside of my house. It's a mess. My weed eater's broken. Let's do this. But yes, it's very important. It brings life. It shows. Use words, idiot. It brings life to an otherwise lifeless city. It adds color. It adds inspiration, and it's a finishing touch. This area over here is somewhat complete, and we need this. We need something like this to really make this place pop. So wildflowers, those are lily pads, not what I want. We're going to take these flower clusters and the marigold clusters, and we're going to go to town. So these, these are the wildflowers. These look good at the back because they're sort of vertical. And why don't we try separating things, unlike we did last time, and we'll maybe have some little color patterns. Do I still have bushes? Are you a bush? Yes, I do, but not that. Okay, maybe we do a little separation like that. Yeah, Okay, I want to get you a little more centered. Okay, Okay, so that's your first little one. And you know what? While we're here, let's do a little subdivision. We'll separate like so. And okay, and that's all like pinks and yellows. So we'll come in and maybe we'll add some like little decorative stuff to mix in there. Okay, and this is a mix of all colors, and god dang, that's huge. So let's go to the middle with this, and we'll try to get we'll just layer them on top of each other, and we'll try and get as many, something like that, and we can come in and add more flowers into that. In fact, I think we might need to do something along this row because that's really flowery. And then marigolds, which I have on 4. These are bright orange and beautiful. And we can, okay, so I got it. I got this. Okay. Let me rearrange my hotbar. Let me spam in a bunch more of these. And then we're going to grab some extras and we're going to add a finishing touch to each of these 3 little garden beds that we just made for ourselves. So BRB. All right, guys. So here we go. We have this little wildflower bed at the back. It's a little bit overshadowed by those guys. Maybe, yes. So with that in mind, let's grab a few more of the wildflowers. And what we want to do, I think, is just try and raise them up a little so they're a little taller at the back. It's all about the sight lines. You got to make this look good from the angles. And those flowers I put in the middle are kind of... That's better. I think that's better. Okay, so now we have these purple ones that you see mixed in here. Those would look good mixed in back there, but what I actually want to do is try these. These are the rare flowers, the ones that you can harvest on Ragnarok. And we'll just, I'm thinking, just try and form an edge there. Something. Is that gonna work? A little row of dark purple hiding back up there. And then what we need to do is figure out a way. I think it might be the same deal. Actually, let's try. I got an idea. And boom. Okay, so what we need to do at this point is quite obvious to me, is we need to make this front flower bed stand out like it's never stood out before. And what do we have to do that? We got orange flowers. More of the ones you would find up here, but they will look good mixed in with these marigolds. Maybe 3 of those. Whoops, did not mean to punch that tree. And what about this? Can we make this work? Totally. Just 2 of those. And we'll spin you. And I think that's it. A couple more marigolds. Jam them in here. Okay, we did it. The manliest flower garden of all time. That is awesome. Man, it's those trees. It's those lit trees. They are lit. But that looks great. That I am quite happy with. Is that better? Is the one we did together better than the one I did solo? Yeah, probably. Okay. Alright, guys. Probably time for another break and for me to edit this chunk of the video, and I will come back with you for a third and final chunk where we will continue to beautify this city of Cole Harbor. Back in your life in just a minute. And welcome back, guys. Gotta love our canal. You may be noticing these bright splotches of autumnal color. While the last chunk of the video was a long one, and so we don't have time for a whole lot here in this last chunk. I'll make this quick, but I'm thinking about this grand walkway, this grand highway, and how cool it would look with trees running down the middle. And what I'm thinking, and this is something I've done before as well, going back to the old Roman style builds, you could make little planters. I don't know if you've ever seen anybody do that, but that's kind of neat. You could center it, you could center the tree in it, and then just make it a boulevard. Put this right down the middle. Now we're 4 wide, 5 wide? 4 wide for a lot of this, and it gets up to 7 wide up here. So what I did is I just spawned in a bunch of trees. That is a kapok tree. That is an apple tree. These are part of the EcoTrees mod. That is an orange tree. Would look good if you grew, what's the crop? The citronal looks a lot like that. The pear tree, very understated. I like it better than the apple and the orange. And then I got bigger. This is, let's turn on the HUD. So this is the autumn kapok tree, which it's way bigger than the other kapok. And these are all autumn colored. I was just trying to figure out if that would work. This is a hammock tree. This is a maple tree, I'm quite certain. I grew up climbing these. Yep. Looks just like one. This is a ridiculously huge Chinese banyan tree. And this is divvy, is that what it was called? Frond tree. So a frond tree. I'm thinking this is a highway, and so you don't want anything with like low, wide foliage like this. That is an amazing looking tree. Any of these could work. They feel this is too big. The foliage hangs too low. And I think as epic as that tree is, I tried to use it when I did the gardens at my Roman house, going back to like episode 14, 15 of the series. I love this tree, the banyan, but it is too much. This is the kind of tree you have one of, and you build a community around it because it's that amazing. So what are our options? This has a weird lean to it. So you'd have to get them all leaning the same way. I feel like it's too big. So we'll pull back on the hammock tree. And now it's down to this. The autumn kapok or one of these little fruit trees. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I think the small ones are best. Maybe a mix of the small ones. Because this one looks enough like the other. It's basically the same tree, isn't it? Yeah, it's the same tree as these. Just those have fruit. So maybe I do a mix of these 4. Pear, orange, apple, kapok. I put the crop plots down and we see how it looks. Why don't I do a little AFK? That's not the term. Why don't I do a little off-camera work? And I will be right back. Yeah. I like. So, I think we need one here. Let's try that. And let's try this. A little something like that. So I just did the pear and the kapok, which both come with EcoTrees, worked our way up, got to here, and now I'm stumped because it starts getting wider. Do I stay on this line, and then you end up like this, where you're nowhere near the center of the road, or do I just always find the center? Like right here, the center is something like that. Let's have a look. So this is the part that worried me, is I want to sort of, yeah, that could work. I think that could work, because then we get up here and we are even wider. So now our center is here. Let's place a bunch. Alright guys, I'm going to put in these final few trees, we're going to back up, and we're going to take a look at it and see if we have transformed this place. Apart from not being able to get it straight and properly centered, I like it. This is the line. That is me not being on the line, but I like it enough as a test for us to wander through and have a look at this to end today's episode. If you haven't done it yet, guys, click the like button. It goes a long way, and I'm now waiting until the end of the video to ask. Not by design, but because I forget to ask. So go ahead and click it and make up for me forgetting to ask all the people who have stopped watching already. And for those of you that haven't, I love you. Thank you for hanging out with me every time we do this series. I got some really fun stuff in the works. We're working out a new survival series on a YouTuber server. We're working out some more fun stuff from the Patreon server, and we will be here at Cole Harbor doing this continually. And I'm loving it, and you guys seem to be loving it. So thank you for that, for hanging out for this whole video, and for continuing to support me and this series. You guys are the best. I said it earlier, but if you haven't done it and you're a fan of this channel, come join the Discord. Come say hi, get to know the other fans of this channel, and get to know me as well. Alright guys, thank you for hanging out. I'm UniteTheClans. This is Ark Building Evolved, episode 21, and I will see you in the next episode.